I feel like I'm a local plant doctor to all my friends' plants, and I'm okay with that. It kind of gives me like a different thought process because what goes on in somebody else's house, I might not experience because of my experience with plants. My really good friends sent over this Spiritus Sancti, and I'll show you the picture that she showed me when she was like, I need your help. And I was like, you know what? I think I'm just going to cut all the leaves off, let it start over. By the time it got to me, it had got out this leaf. So I think this leaf was unfurling when I got it. So I was like, okay, that leaf is looking pretty good. I'm just going to watch it. I had it up on my counter in a place where I could just keep an eye on it. And then this leaf came out. And I was like, okay, we're doing good. We're not really getting any of these ugly looking leaves. So why are these doing that? So I text her. I was like, hey, look at these leaves. I said, I don't think you're watering enough. And she was like, I water it 3 times a week. At that point, I had it for 3 or 4 weeks. So when I got it, I gave it a really good watering. In the 3 or 4 weeks I had it, I had watered it twice. And she was saying she waters it 2 to 3 times a week. And I think this is classic case of watering not enough more often. It's better to err on the side of like a really good watering less often than more often less watering, if that makes sense. So really at this point, I am going to cut these ugly leaves off. I know it's going to be hard to watch. I think there's a lot of things people say about cutting the ugly leaves off. Personally, I don't like to look at them. Some people say they still give energy to the plant. I misspoke one time and said it takes energy from the plant, which is incorrect. However, I don't like to look at them. I really don't think it hurts it or helps it leaving them on or off. Personal preference. Take some sphagnum moss and put it at the base here so that maybe it'll promote some growth from around there. It is in a clay pot / terracotta. I don't really know the difference. So that means it's going to absorb that water quicker than not, even though I give it a really good watering and it does go a couple weeks. So I think she's cured. I think I'm going to give it another month. Maybe I'll pass it back to Daniela at the beginning of the year. Maybe once this leaf unfurls, but I think we're doing good. The moss just gives a little bit of extra moisture around the base there. The moss doesn't have to be too wet. You don't want it too wet. That could do more damage than good. I don't think it'll hurt it by doing it like this. I think new growth on this is going to be beautiful. And I remember I was with her in one of our local plant groups. Somebody posted this. I can't remember the exact number, but if she wasn't going to get it, I was going to get it. And kind of glad she got it because I got all the more affordable Spiritus Sancti when they came out at BWH. But I understand the feeling of spending so much money on something and then it starts to decline when you can get them for so cheap now. So I think future growth of this are going to look great. It's going to be well worth the investment. We can only grow from here. So there's that. Thank you all so much for being here. I'll see you soon.